Hedera Hbar. So this is why we are so strong and why the network is very secure in and of itself. We have Leemon Baird talking about what we exactly have in terms of the technology, and also it's quite clever as well. So do stay tuned for that. We also do have another launch coming in, and it is something that has been built on Hedera. So we're going to be having a look at that as well as the price action of both Hbar and Source today. So all I ask me are two things, which is to smash that like button and to subscribe to the channel as well. Today's a Friday, so of course I'm always happy on this day because it's getting ready for the weekend. I hope that you guys have had a good week so far. As I always say, write down anything in the comment section that you wish to say. For example, how much HBAR you hold, whether or not you're doing any other sort of investments or other sort of picks in crypto, and if you've had a good week so far, which I hope you have. Now, if we first have a look at this coming in from Leemon Baird, over here we have from Swirled Labs talking about the security. So is the Hedera network secure or not? And we're going to find out the answer and what we actually do with the network in general. So is it secure against quantum computers? So quantum computing is much more complex compared to your regular computing, and it can actually predict certain things with all of these different multipliers and with the data that it uses as well. For example, with the weather. So we have over here, as far as complex topics goes, there aren't many that are as increasingly relevant or difficult to explore as quantum computing is. And we do have Leemon Baird talking about the fact how Hedera is very secure by using these cryptographic measures and also with these hashes on the blockchain. But let's first see what he has got to say, and then I'm just going to dive a little bit more deep into what he actually is meaning and why this is benefiting for us.
Is Hedera secure against quantum computers? All right, so we're in really good shape. So here's where we are in Hedera. We use 4 cryptographic primitives. We use hashes in the hash map. Okay, so we have the hash graph that has hashes in it, and we have the history of everything that's ever happened that's tied together with hashes, sort of like a blockchain. So we have hashes all through the system. And we use SHA-384, not 256. Why do we use the extra bits? It's so that we're CNSA compliant, which is, the government requires that for top secret information. And why does it require it? Because it is, we believe, secure against giant quantum computers. So the belief is, even if you took, all the atoms on Earth and turned them into giant quantum computers, you would not be able to break SHA-384. SHA-384 is thought to be secure against quantum computers forever. That's pretty good news. And we use SHA-384. Most blockchains use SHA-256. Theoretically, quantum computers could break it, so they'll someday have to go to 384. Although, to be honest, I think 256 is secure enough.
So if that doesn't sound promising to you, I don't know what actually is. But he very much does mention the fact that it won't break it at all. And in addition to this, he does talk about these cryptographic parameters and also with the hashes. So they are just really fancy words in cryptocurrency. But what it means in terms of the cryptographic measures or parameters is that we have these messages that are basically hidden information. So if we take, for example, information that is coded from one person to another, so that the person on the other end, the end user, can only see that message and it was intended for them, only they can actually read it. And of course that is done by, for example, when we have the encryption and decryption. So when you encrypt something, that is basically hiding that information and the other person will be able to decrypt it. And how can you hide the information? But we can hide it by using values such as numbers and letters. So we have that encryption, we also have that decryption. And in terms of the Hedera network, we have these signatures as well, which is a huge part. So we have the signing with the key and also the verification as well. So that is how we know that the end user has, of course, received it. And this is the reason as to why it is so good with the technology. They also have hashes, so that is very secure information because we know that all of this data in the blocks on the blockchain are not going to be changed at all, and so therefore we have that consistency and of course the reliability and of course the dependability and reliability of the fact that nothing has been changed at all. So it is very promising and goes to show that Leemon Baird really has thought about this technology when it comes to Hedera. So what has exactly dropped or launched today? Well, we have the Baxter ID live from Times Square, powered by MIO Tech, Miotech, and built on Hedera. We're actually going to be taking a look at their website as well, so you can get a bit more of a picture of what they do. Now, the imagery is very nice, and of course, when it comes to Times Square in general, we do know that you can basically pay to get any sort of promotions on these billboards. So it's not like as if it is pretty huge or groundbreaking, but still, it does mean that something is happening over here. Also, what I do want to actually show you is coming in from Zepsi, that the Baxter ID actually connects the traditional Italian artisanship with Hedera to enable the guarantee of origin. So that's what Hedera does, and of course the additional digital experiences and benefits. So your guarantee of origin is the main thing that we have over here in terms of being able to provide that proof, and each item is represented as an NFT discoverable by the item's QR code, and every Baxter ID account is a new wallet on Hedera. Over here you can see we've got the Chester Moon chair digital edition, and actually if we have a look at that website, they do have more products. So Baxter ID, this is basically all of the furniture that is made in Italy, and we do know that when it comes to Italian products, particularly with furniture or perfume, anything of that sort, that it tends to be of good quality. So they are working with Hedera, and here is the app. But let's actually take a look at some of their products that they have. So we've got the digital edition of the Chester Moon, the Wave, and we've also got Loom and a pillar. But if we actually have a look at the website, you'll see that we have the product, of course, we have the description, but then we also have the NFT. And right now we currently have this NFT of the chair, and all you have to do is scan the QR code on the label at their stand, and of course that is how you are able to access it. And in terms of the benefits, and right now in terms of the benefits, they don't actually have anything for the NFT. However, when they do create that, it will be coming up on there. If we actually do go back to the other products, you'll see over here that some don't actually have the NFTs available, but they do have the product. So it seems like as if they've got the Chester Moon chair out so far, but maybe they will be processing the NFTs for the other ones. So this is pretty good. I mean, we have over here coming in from Christian Hasker that he downloaded and actually created an account easily with Baxter ID, and of course it is luxury goods. So that is what we want, right? We want to be able to create that account quite seamlessly and not have any sort of difficulties when actually getting into the account. So this is a good partnership that we have, of course, built on Hedera when it comes to these NFTs offerings. And I just like the fact of how it actually moves as well. It is still pretty mind-blowing. Now let's have a look at the price action of SaucerSwap today. So we are currently trading at 0.09547. We are down by 1.64% on the one-day chart. For the volume though, we are up nicely. We are up and above 91%, and we're trading at $1.63 million. So if we have a look at the start of the day, pretty much it is the 19th today. So you'll see over here that we were trading at 0.09656, and then we actually went to 0.09127. But we've come back up a bit now to the high range. We went to 0.09765. Now we've just dropped to that 0.09547 level. On the 7-day chart, we are down by 13.89%. And you'll see over here at the start of the week, we were strong at 10 cents at mid-range really. And then actually we did take a bit of a bump to 0.08464, but we were able to then climb back up. And you'll see over here it is within that mid-range again of the 10 cents. That is where it was before, just the previous 2 days ago. And then you'll see over here that we were pretty much just trading within that 9-cent mark. And now we are in the mid-range of 9 cents so far. So we're just climbing up our way ever so slowly throughout the week. However, on the 1 month chart, of course, we've come down massively. So my target price for SaucerSwap is if it can stay up and above 8 cents, then it is a pretty good price, because if you have a look at the 1 year chart in general, the gains, guys, we are still up by 413.44%. Now, if you are actually able to make profits up here, then good on you and congratulations. However, don't feel like as if you've missed out, because if we have a look over here, just where we were back last year, we were pretty much at 2 cents, right? And this is a thing, when one of these coins blows up, guys, you can definitely make a lot of gains. And so the people that bought in at 2 cents and sold at, let's say for example 10 cents, that is an 8 cent gain of course 80%. So that's huge, right? Especially with the amount of holding that you could potentially have. So it goes to show that when you're able to get into a coin at a certain price, you will actually be able to make a lot of gains. For the price of HBAR, we are trading at 0.08296. We are up by 2.05% on the 1 day chart. For the 24-hour volume, we are up by 16.49%, and we are trading at $58.9 million. On the 1 day chart, we did hit a low of 0.07666. On the 7-day chart, you'll see over here we are down by 12.31%. So that is a big hit for HBAR, because of course we are only trading at 8 cents. So we started off the week at 0.09053, and pretty much we have just been under 9 cents so far. Not really much moving. On the 1 month chart, we are down by 20.14%. You'll see over here that we took this fall from 0.09964 and within that 8 cent range. Obviously we hit below that as well and we went to 7 cents. But in terms of H bar and the price action, I want to see it get to the mid-range of 8 cents. And of course, the very short-term price target is for it to get back up to the 10 cent mark. Guys, if you want daily Hedera, H bar and source swap news, subscribe to the channel and like the video as well.